Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Software Inc. and welcome back to Nerdrosoft. At the time of recording this episode, the first episode of the series has been out for just a couple of hours, and I'm a little bit overwhelmed by just how excited everyone seems to be for some Software Inc. because I'm excited. I am having so much fun with this, although I'm a little bit nervous about whether or not things are going to work out, because usually by now we've been relatively successful and we're looking to move into the apartment building, but obviously we're not doing that right now. But I have been going through your comments and I have been putting them into a spreadsheet because I love a spreadsheet. I really do. I love a spreadsheet. And there's some really good ones that I've noted down. First and foremost, Galarak1 mentioned that we should change the holiday period to any 2 months out of 12. That way you don't get all of your team disappearing at once. They'll go in dribs and drabs throughout the whole year. I like this idea, and this is something that's already going on. We already have 2 months worth of vacation for everybody, but why don't we just say that they can go on vacation whenever? That way, we don't really have one specific window during the year when everybody leaves. They're going to be going on vacation at different times so that we can kind of keep things going with the core team. This will probably work better when the core team's a bit bigger, but I love that as an idea, and I think we'll try this out, and if it doesn't work, we'll go back to Galarak's idea with the 2-month thing, but we'll try this for now. Moving on from that, there were a couple of people that tried to explain how market targeting, market analysis, market satisfaction, and all of this business works, and for the life of me, I still really don't understand it. So I'm going to be completely honest with you. The Cole27 said the market saturation lets you choose features that the competition isn't doing, and then the auto balance balances your marketing based on what you are doing. So the idea would be look at the saturation, design a piece of software hitting on the other things, and then ideally auto balance should put you close to the saturation balance. So what that says to me, if we use a computer operating system as the example here, is that we have everybody clustered here in the middle. We have Sloth Flash OS 3 out here between customization and security. So I could go towards something like simplicity, I guess would be my idea. We go for plug and play. We go for unified search, we go for notifications, we go for widgets, we do something kind of like this, and if we auto balance, it pushes us way out in this direction, which is completely different to what anyone else is doing. I don't know if that's necessarily what this all means. I'm gonna be completely honest. I really have no idea. I still don't get it, but maybe that's what it is. I really have no idea how exactly this works. I appreciate everyone trying to teach me though. We'll try this out at some point, not with a computer operating system, at least not right now. And then finally, Mooney's Rebellion 15 said, as a reminder, you don't need a lead designer on contract work. It will help boost an employee's skill, but it's not required to finish it. If you're just using it to fund your other work, I'd leave it off. There's no sense burning the lead designer out by having them design it. That's going to be really useful going forward, and I appreciate that someone let me know that we don't need lead designers. I guess, does it tell? It is optional. It says right there. it says right there that it's optional. So that's good to know. I'm glad someone's paying attention. Thank you very much, Mooney's Rebellion 15, for letting me know. That'll help out with my character getting super stressed doing all of these contracts, which we're going to have to do so many more of. Because as it stands right now, we are still making sort of a little bit of money here and there with sales, or at least we are still selling things, which is great and all, but we're just not making much because of the deals that we're striking with publishers, which we do have some plans to deal with. I do fully intend on not striking up as much of a deal with publishers going forward. We're still going to go for marketing because we don't have the staff to do that. But I think we'll take a risk on funding, and I think we'll take a risk on ordering copies of the software that we make, and we'll see how that goes. Now, speaking of risks, what I'm thinking I would like to do is hire another team. Because as it stands right now, the core team cannot keep up with support, which is a problem. But we do have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, we have 5 desks in here. So if I was to go to manage teams and I was to go to new team and say, we want to make a support team, we'll make them a nice sort of yellowy color right about there, I think is solid. If we can set up their HR management so that we are handling wages, complaints, and role selection, we don't need to change anything here. Education is level 3. We'll educate 2 at a time. Their specializations would just be support. We want to hire up to 4 people. We'll say 2 to start with their specializations also being support. Their traits, honestly, I want to say RGB thumb, because this will be really important. This one in particular will be really, really important. We'll go for that one. We can say that they're also, having them be night owls might be important as well, because they are about to be working night shifts, is what I'm thinking. Let's say that they don't break their computers. We'll make sure that that's not a thing. They're not going to the bathroom more often. They're not taking twice as long to eat. And they are, what do we want to go for here in terms of, let's have them not get sick very often. That'll be a good shout. I think that'll work out. And then in terms of salaries, we're going to stick with low because we really can't afford to go higher than that. But that's going to be the HR management for a support team. In terms of getting someone for the support team, we do want a primary leader with secondary in service. I also want to say that they're going to specialize in HR and multitasking. I think that's going to be kind of important. I think both of those things are going to be really good. HR means that they can do all the HR management. Multitasking means that they're going to be better with multiple tasks, which they're absolutely going to have. And we're also going to say that the leader is going to have a medium kind of salary, because that's going to mean that their skill set is considerably better. And that's kind of what we're looking for. Now, if we could find someone that's level 3 HR, which is absolutely essential here, we need level 3 HR and level 3 multitasking. That's kind of perfect. Courtney Perez might be who we go for here. I was hoping we would get someone with a bit of support skill. If we could get, oh, hello. That's actually kind of perfect. Manuela Foster has level 2 support. That's kind of perfect. You're very expensive, but it's kind of perfect. We're going to put you on our support team. We're going to move the support team to come in at 5 p.m. They're going to be leaving at 1 a.m., so they are very much a night shift, and we will set you up as the team leader. Now, doing this is going to be an expensive risk, but it means I can move support tasks to the support team, and then the core team can work on fixing the bugs that the support team reports to them, which is going to help my reputation. I would imagine it's going to help us keep software in people's mind for a bit longer. And I mean, here's hoping this works, basically. That's kind of where I'm at with it. So this room right here is going to be not limited, actually. It's going to be assigned to both of these teams. I don't really need to assign it, but we're going to do that anyway, just because we can. We can turn some labels on just to see what exactly we're dealing with. So core team +1, and it's only leaders. That should mean that we can go ahead and bring in our core team, which is just 2 people today because most of them are on vacation, I suppose. But if we can pull this off, if we can make this work, we can get these 421, 400 and however many tickets sorted out. We're not going to be missing any more of them because we have a dedicated team that's ready to come in here and get to work dealing with those tickets. That's the idea. Anyway, and there they are. There's 2 of them anyway. And the number of tickets is dropping so quickly. That's perfect. Oh, that's so good. That makes me so happy. That's exactly what I wanted. We have so many bugs to fix right here. But that is hopefully going to make the general public that a little bit happier. We also have everyone back now, which is great. So let's go into contracts and let's get something that's going to make us quite a bit of money. I think what I'd like to do is grab something like this 5-month embedded system. And we should get a server as well. If we have source control management, this lets us have all project files synchronized in one place, which reduces bugs and makes your employees more efficient during development. Obviously requires a server. So we'll minimize that and put it up there. I think what we're going to have to do is go into build mode. We're going to save that style for that table, and the server is just going to have to live in my office. There's really nowhere else for it. It's going to be right about there. We can go into our servers and rename this to SCM, which is source control management. And then we can also assign Harmony to the SCM server, which is fantastic news. We can go to this contract and assign it to the SCM server and accept it. And I'm hoping that because we have some dedicated designers, we can do both of these things at once, at least for this phase. We do have a lot of time left on this guy, although if I made it more of a priority, it does go quicker. That is hopefully going to do really good for us. We do, like I said, have a ton of bugs to get through here as well, but I think we'll wait to do that until this embedded system is out of the way. Oh, I've also realized this chair is assigned to me, which is slightly problematic. How do I, there we go, unassign that furniture. Now the room is assigned to leaders, which should mean that the support team leader will actually make their way to work today because they haven't been doing that recently. This embedded system is actually going super quickly, which is fantastic news. It is worth keeping in mind we have over a year to do Nerdrosoft Harmony, so it being an alpha right now is great news. This is still coming along super quickly, which is exactly what we want. I'm not really too concerned about the quality of it. I just want it to be, there we go. There is our support team leader. Are we, hold on a minute. Let me just make sure. There's only 2 people on that team right now. If I have a look at HR management, you're supposed to be hiring more people. I'm pretty sure. That's interesting is what that is. I'm not sure why you haven't hired more people. Let's change this to 3 and see if you hire anybody else. Doesn't look like it. That's fair enough. I mean, I guess they will eventually. I mean, we've dealt with all the tickets, so I guess now would be a good time to do a bit of an update to Canvas Pro. Although it's, I mean, again, the embedded system kind of needs to be the priority, but we'll make that a low priority right there. And we'll see how things work out. Do we have anyone else on that team? We have 4 people on the support team now. Okay. I can deal with that. As long as we don't go broke doing all of this, I can deal with this. And so I guess with 13 bugs fixed, we'll finish this thing. It is satisfactory. We got $155,000, which is great news. Let's now prioritize the update for Canvas Pro, because that's hopefully going to keep people interested in Canvas Pro, especially if we can fix 473 bugs, which is a little bit ridiculous, but we are working through that, which is great news. We also have the support team dealing with, man, that's a lot of bugs. That's a little ridiculous. Can I put the support team on this job as well? I totally can, actually. I think I'm okay with this. I think having the support team help with certain tasks is kind of okay. I think that's going to speed us up just a little bit. I'm not going to put them on Harmony because I think that's probably not a great idea, but I like this. I love how quickly that's going as well. We could push this update out, by the way. We don't have to fix all of the bugs at once, but I figure we might as well. We might as well get it done. We might as well get it out of the way. And again, the support team can come in and not only add more bugs to that list, but they can work through a few of them themselves. And so with 571 bugs fixed and the update 100% complete, let's push that out. And let's take a look at some of our framework stuff, because we want to bring this up to a bit of a modern standard as well. This really shouldn't take too long to do. Frameworks are relatively quick to get updated, which is exactly what we want out of this. If we can get this to 100%, that would be lovely. The support team might end up finishing it. Yeah, the support team is absolutely going to be the ones finishing that if we have anyone that can actually work on it, which I'm not entirely convinced we do. That's interesting. Okay, I guess there's no programmers working on the support team tonight. That's totally fine by me. That's not a problem at all. Did we see any growth out of Canvas Pro for that little patch that we did just there? We did 14,939. If we look at details, it did admittedly more than double, or yeah, it did more than double its sales, which is good. That's kind of what we want out of that. That's progress. We'll get this finished as well. We'll put these guys back on the Nerdrosoft Harmony project. And I'm kind of tempted to grab another contract. I feel like because we have the two teams, we do need to be grabbing contracts like, well, honestly, something like this. 6 months, but for 373,000. That's really tempting. Or 8 months for over $500,000. We probably do have the skill to do this. We don't have 4 artists though, which is kind of the problem. We do have the numbers to do this logistics application though. And I think we could do that well under 6 months. So sure, let's accept that contract. Let's kind of just let it kind of sit. Actually, you know what? We will make it a priority. Well, do I want to make it a priority? I don't know. I feel like Nerdrosoft Harmony still having a year on it is going to make my life a little easier. I think this contract might be enough. In fact, can I give, they have a designer in there. Can I give it to them as well? I totally can. Oh my God. We're going to be able to do this. I don't know if Harmony is going to be good, but we're going to get a lot of money from this contract. And I'm very excited about that. Of course we're being robbed. Of course. What are you even going to steal? It's only one person as well. You've got to be kidding me. What are you taking? You're taking a computer. Okay, we'll speed things up a little bit. You took my vending machine. Okay, that's all right. Fair enough. Are you taking my paintings? There's no way you're taking the Nerdrosoft. Seriously? Like this, so someone you're not taking, oh my God, you're taking the water coolers. Not my crispy water. You've got to be kidding. Did you just take the smoke alarm? Oh my God, not the clock as well. Okay, well, fair enough. That's, at least they're thorough. Oh, not the code. Okay. Because it's not going to be obvious, right? If they get caught, there's no denying that they did this. Hey, you've got 5 computers in this bag. Those could be anyone's. Fair enough. Hey, you've got this code picture in this bag. Yeah, it's just mine. It's a funny meme. Fair enough. Hey, you've got this one-of-a-kind Nerdrosoft logo. You know what I mean? Like, if you were gonna rob somewhere, you probably don't want to steal, like, their branding. Also, we need to go and pay $9,650 to get all of that back. That's fine. That's just fine. That's just great. Oh, so it's January of 1985. We have $35,792 due in taxes and 3 months to file that report, or I'm paying $32,307. I'm assuming in fines, which is slightly problematic. We also have new software and furniture. So we have a 3D editor and a medium server. I don't know that we need a medium server, to be totally honest. It does consume more electricity, but its running costs are less. I don't know if we need it. We're only using this thing for source control on like 2 projects, so I think we're fine. I think we can also finish this to get a ton of money, which is fantastic news, and put these guys straight back in Nerdrosoft Harmony, which, by the way, something I'm very tempted to do is to peer review this thing. So if we were to do this, we will send this out to some other company. We're going to outsource it essentially to another company, and we're going to get their honest opinion on the current state of Nerdrosoft Harmony. If we do this and then we iterate on that, it is going to push our code and art back. So it might not be the best idea to do this when we have 11 months to finish it, but I'm going to take a chance because I'm curious to see what the Pro Alliance happens to think of the current state of Nerdrosoft Harmony. I'm really curious to see if it's good. It's a solid 5 out of 10. That's not ideal. The art is good. The 2D is, I don't know, is this good? I have no idea. Oh, hold on a minute. So we can have relative scores, which adjusts reviews to account for current progress, or the accurate score. I don't know. I mean, at least the systems don't really budge. That's something, I guess. Does this mean that we're currently on track for 10 out of 10 2D, 10 out of 10 like art as well? Or is this the problem? Or is this the progress that we've made? Hold on, if I minimize that, I can't look at anything else. Sure. I guess we can iterate on this, which means we pause alpha work to improve the design of the software and increase the potential and quality of the product. I mean, the systems really suck. At least it's consistent though. Oh man, that's rough. We need to do something about our systems work. I think we will iterate on this a little bit, and we'll make that kind of a top priority for, can I get you guys to do this? You guys, okay, yeah, there we go. A little bit of iterating there from the support team late at night. That'll get things just a little bit quicker for the core team coming in the morning. I think I can work with that, and I think that'll be pretty good for us. We do also have more active users in Canvas Pro now than we did before, so that's nice. And I guess now we just keep working on this. We have enough money, I think, to not need to take any more contract work for the rest of this year. I think we can get away with this, and I think we'll be okay. So my theory was right. We were fined $32,307 for failing to file a tax report for 1984. That's fine. We can work with that. We'll be okay with that. We might need to take another contract, but I'm going to hold off is what I'm going to do, because we still have $310,000. We're still, I mean, we're losing a decent chunk of change every month, but we're very close to being done with Nerdrosoft Harmony. A lot of the code work is nearly done, which means that we might get a really chunky beta on this thing, which makes me really, really happy. I've also got the support team helping out a bit with this. I'm also thinking we're going to call IT support and maintenance just to make sure everything's running at 100%, because these computers haven't been looked at by IT support in quite a while, and that might be slowing us down just a little bit. So here's hoping that does something good for us. Here's hoping that when the core team gets in the morning, we happen to see, yeah, that looks like it's going a fair bit quicker. That's some pretty good progress is what that is. So I think Harmony is going to get a really, really solid beta period, which means that we shouldn't need to worry too much about, well, bugs after the fact. Whether or not it's successful, I don't know, man. We got 110 followers in this thing. I'm not sure if MEX Digital is going to, is going to do us any favors here. I really have no idea. I really have no idea. We do still have these guys. I mean, they're doing unavoidable marketing, I guess, for Canvas Pro. That's nice. It did $3,300 yesterday, which is better than nothing. Looking at all of the companies right now, where they're only here. Hold on a minute. So they're not really worth, I mean, they're worth $6.7 million, but they're really not worth that much, which is surprising to me. Their balance since, hold on a minute. So in May of hold on a minute. So in May of 1984, they had $46 million. And now in May of this year, as we approach May of this year, they're sitting with 7 million roughly. What has gone on there? So their sales have declined massively. What are they spending a bunch of, wait a minute. What are they spending? What is this line? That's their bills. So their bills were -3 million. They're now, okay, so their bills are less. Their salaries have decreased. Their sales have massively decreased, which is fair enough. They're hiring, I guess they hired $3 million worth of people in July. Okay. Their marketing fees have sort of decreased, which is fair enough. Their stocks, I have no idea what's going on there. That's kind of wild. Their royalties here. So they've been spending, okay, that's fair enough. I'm slightly worried about this company. I'm not gonna lie. I know how this game works. They're probably gonna get bought out by someone, which means that Canvas Pro isn't going to have a publisher anymore. Which means that, number one, I get all the money. Fantastic news. Number two, I have to market it myself or partner with another publisher to then continue marketing Canvas Pro. I don't know if that's going to be worth it if that happens. Because realistically, if I can just get all the money myself, then great. Maybe we just coast. I mean, when did Canvas Pro even come out? It was 83? So it's been nearly 2 years since we've put anything out. I guess that's fine. I guess that's just sort of where we're at now. I guess that's just sort of how things work. Anyway, Harmony is good to go into beta. We'll push that forward and hope for the best. We can also go ahead and update Canvas Pro again. We're going to give this to everybody to work on. I'm not really too concerned if it slows down the beta for Harmony. I think the support team will be capable of working on that update, which means it should go out hopefully today. That would be ideal. I think we'll take them off of the beta for Harmony just to focus on this update for Canvas Pro, which admittedly they are doing very slowly. They weren't really hired to do this kind of work, so this is kind of to be expected, but at the very least it's a little bit of progress, and that's kind of going to be better than nothing. We have managed to keep a good number of people. I say good number of people. 7,500 people is good for this stage of things, apparently. We've kept people with Canvas Pro a bit longer than I think we would have if we'd managed to miss all of those bugs and all of those tickets. So here's hoping we can apply that same thing to Harmony. Here's hoping. Why have we just made money? Interesting. We did. Where did that money come from? I'm assuming it comes from sales before we've paid salaries. I'm guessing that's what's going on anyway. These guys are still around, which is great. So yeah, wait a minute. I've just realized as well, if they do get bought out, which is entirely likely. Oh no. Hold on a minute. That's not the button I wanted. If they get bought out, that's, oh wow, that little jump right there was really cool. That's actually really, really bad news for us because we were trying to build a relationship with that company. Oh no. Oh no, that's potentially a disaster waiting to happen. I'm not thrilled about that. These guys have all gone on vacation as well. You know what we should do? We should go in and change the support team to have a slightly wider vacation range. We'll go for 6 months on these guys just to see if maybe we don't have a situation where 3 of them disappear at once. Oh, this is really concerning. They're down to 2.8 million. That's really, really troubling. If we look, this is their timeline. So they were founded in July of 1970. They went public for 0.2% in August. They did Color Stop in September that year. They diluted their stock to 7.5. They did Color Stop 2, 9.9. Then they did Grab Remote. What's Grab Remote? Oh, it's a controller. Wait a minute. What's Color Stop 2? Why did they do a controller? Okay, whatever. They did a controller. Fair enough. They diluted their stock again. They did the Extreme controller, which did make them some pretty good. They've made some really, oh no, expenses were 107. They didn't really make that much. I mean, a few million is pretty good, but that's interesting. They did the Finger controller, excuse me. Okay, that's fair enough. They did Image Palette Pro. So hold on, we were competing with these guys a little bit. Interesting. They did some joysticks as well. That's not a joystick, but sure. Yeah, we were competing with these guys. That's really interesting. Okay. They traded Color Stop. So hold on, they traded, wasn't that the first thing they did? Yeah, so they did Color Stop. They traded it to Trafleap, my God, Digital for 224,000. That was this January. Interesting. That's really, okay. So these guys are doing badly, huh? Have they got anything I could buy? I mean, how much would they want for this? They're not interested in giving me the IP. Okay. How much for the company? I mean, these guys have 724,000 in there. If I was to, I could purchase 2% of the company. I guess I could get 107 shares. I mean, these guys only own a quarter of the company, which is fair enough. I'm sure they're thrilled about their investment just sort of going down the toilet there. Yeah, that's really interesting. I don't even know, are they even working on anything? If we look at the event calendar, we have got an audio tool coming out day 1 of December. That's really concerning. That's really bad news for me. That's actually terrible. We're looking for whatever they're called. These guys, Hainware. They're doing Image Palette Pro 4 in May of next year. I don't know that they're gonna last until May of next year. I'm also not entirely sure that we are gonna last until May of next year at this rate. So let's have a look at contract work. We do have a really, really chunky embedded system right here. For 7 months work, we would get $187,000 up front. They want great quality, which is slightly concerning. These guys want good quality. I'm gonna go for the good one, I think. I think that's a good idea. We'll give this to everybody. We'll take that money. We'll make that the top priority at the company. And I mean, it's going quickly, which is great. We have 14 days left on this. We're like a fifth of the way through it already. So that's really solid. I think we're gonna get some nice money out of this. And if we do, I have a bit of an idea for what we can do with Nerdrosoft to make some progress and get towards making a video game, because that's my current goal. My current objective is that I want my character to lead the design on a video game series. That is the goal. That is the plan. That is the objective. He is a gamer at heart. He is a game designer. That is his specialty. He is very good at 2D editors now. He's made 3 of them, but that is his thing. He is a visionary in game design. So that's what Harmony is going to be for. Harmony and Canvas Pro are both going to be used to create a video game. And I've actually seen a couple of people asking about why I want to do it that way. Basically, we can save money. It's not a lot of money necessarily, but we can save a bit of money. If we use something like Image Palette Pro 3, we are going to have to spend something like $774 in licenses. That's just for the license to develop with it. And I think the way that works is you pay the license per person working on the product. You don't pay it per product because that would be kind of ridiculous. But I think it's per computer that's needed to work on the product. So if we had 10 people working on this game, it will be $7,740. I think that's how it works. I might be wrong on that. But if we use something like Nerdrosoft Canvas Pro, it's free. So we don't have license fees, which is just better. That's the same reason that I'd like to use my own frameworks, because we don't have to pay a percentage in royalties. It's, again, keeping it relatively in-house, which is kind of the goal. And I mean, long term, the plan is going to be to make our own operating systems and make games and software for that. It's going to be to make our own consoles and make games for that, make our own phones and make software for that. So eventually you kind of build out your own little ecosystem, and that's the plan anyway. Whether or not it works is to be determined, but that is very much the plan right now. And I mean, here's hoping it works out. Here's hoping we can do it. Whether or not Harmony is successful at this point, I think is going to be a little bit irrelevant to Nerdrosoft, because this embedded system that we're working on is going to give us enough money to do what I want to do next, which is make that game, but also expand a little bit. So we'll move this thing into development and we'll get it through. We might try and go to 100% on this just because we can. We'll see how that goes. But in terms of expansion, typically in Software Inc., you go here, you go to Move Company, and you can go to an empty plot if you want to. You can build your own studio, and we will hopefully be doing this at some point. But the way I usually go with this, if this happens to be your first time watching one of these series, is we go from here to ignore this one for a minute. We go from here to the apartments, to the skyscrapers. Sometimes we go for the hardware one, not very often. Usually we go from the skyscraper to an empty plot. What I'm thinking we're going to do because we haven't been a runaway success just yet, is we're going to buy the house. Now, the way this works, this is Garage Inc. Expanded. It is from the Steam Workshop. I will try to remember to put a link to it down below. It is basically a recreation of this whole plot that we're in right here. The difference is that this area has been changed just a little bit. There is a second bathroom right in here. There is like a common area, and then there is another room at the back with a door into that room. Everything else is basically the same. It's a pretty good recreation of this space, and it's something I've always really enjoyed the idea of doing. It's something I've never done in Software Inc. because you can't do it in Software Inc. I love the idea of Nerdrosoft buying this house. I mean, I don't know why I don't know. In lore, I don't know whose garage this is. Maybe it's mine. Maybe, I don't know, maybe my character's family lives in the house and we're running the company out of the garage. This is getting really real right now. We're running the company out of the garage, and, you know, we're about to get a ton of money from this embedded system, so I'm going to evict my family and take over the house and turn it into a studio. I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe it's a family friend that let me set up the business in their garage or something like that, and they're selling the house and they're giving us a good deal. It doesn't matter. That's sort of the progression that I have in mind right now for Nerdrosoft. So we'll see if that works out. Hopefully it does. I'm very curious to see if we can get there. Now, looking at all companies, wow, these guys are worth, hold on a minute. They're worth less than me. That is, yeah, they're not going to make it. If we look at their details, I can buy all of these shares for $65,000. I'm buying those shares 100%. So they're public. Oh my God. If they go out of business, I get Image Palette Pro, which is great. That works for me. So we now have, 25% of that company. Great. Sure. Let's see what happens there. That might have been a really reckless sort of waste of money. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be, because all I've done is give it to that one other publisher that's sort of screwed up with Canvas, but I'm very curious to see what happens here. I'm really curious to see if those guys continue to exist in a couple of months' time, because I don't think they will. Yeah, there we go. There's what I expected to happen. It happened. So wow, okay. So we now own Image Palette Pro, which, oh, this is going to really annoy me now. Hold on. How much is this worth? Would anyone buy it from me? No. So that is a hugely profitable IP with admittedly 100. Oh, wait a minute. There's only one of those in stock right now. Oh no. Hold on a minute. I have an idea. It's got unavoidable marketing right now. It has 159,000 active users. It did 18,000 yesterday, but there's only one in stock. If I was to order, say, 10,000 copies for $20,000 and put those in stock, that might be good. That might be really good. We're also going to support this because we probably should. There's been a lot of fixed bugs in there, which is great. I might have just found a way to make money. We might be about to make money off of Image Palette Pro 3, which is the one that all the reviewers were like, hey, buy this instead of Nerdrosoft Canvas. So this might work out nicely for me. It's what this might do. Amazing. If this sells, if this actually works, I'm gonna be stunned, because we haven't done any marketing on this. We just inherited it. We got Image Palette Pro 3 basically for $60,000 because we were the only company that had shares in Hainware. So now it ticks over to the next day. We just get like $150,000. Did it just, yeah. I've just gamed the system. Someone call Wall Street. I'm on my way. That worked exactly how I wanted it to. So they marketed the hell out of this. It's got unavoidable marketing. We are not doing any marketing for this right now because we don't need to. And I'm not going to because I don't want to. We don't have marketers. So we can coast off of this and get a free couple of $100,000. Oh my God. I can't believe the depths I am sinking to in this series already. This does not feel like the Nerdrosoft that I remember. This company has changed. Oh man, let's promote this thing into beta. That's hilarious. That's so good. I'm so pleased with that. Let's get that finished. Inadequate quality. Whatever. We've got nearly $1 million. I don't feel good about this. Oh my God. This is such a nasty way to do things. This is terrible. Are these guys about to go out of business as well? Hold on a minute. What do they do? Antivirus. Okay, they can keep it. Have can I? Oh no. Oh no, it's like 600 and wait, they are going out of business. The value of their stocks is plummeting. We're going to keep an eye on these guys because I might be able to inherit. Have they got anything making money? When did they last release something? It did. Yeah, they still have active users. That thing's still selling. Oh no. Oh no. I might have figured out a way to make stupid money in Software Inc. So it's just about to tick over to day 2 of December 1985, which means that's when we're going to be releasing Nerdrosoft Harmony. I have a sinking suspicion that we might be about to cross the $1 million mark. I'm not going to consider that our first $1 million. I mean, it is. Oh, that feels dumb. That feels like semantics. I can't believe this is how we've made our first $1 million. I'm not proud of this. I'm not proud of this. Let's get Harmony out the door. Is it any good? I'm really curious. Oh no. 3. Okay, so it's average, I guess. Nerdrosoft Harmony feels pretty empty and it's pretty buggy. We like Nerdrosoft Harmony, which is a shame because you should probably buy Loop Mixer instead. That's the one that came out yesterday. We can't tell you much about MEX Digital, and Nerdrosoft Harmony is pretty bare bones. Okay, let's update Nerdrosoft Harmony because we might as well. I love that we can use either of these. That's great. Sure, Image Palette Pro 3, let's use that. We can, it's mine. We'll do that. That's great. Let's make that update happen nice and quickly. And yeah, I don't know how I feel about all of this. This feels gross. Is this on every platform? No, there is one we could port it to. Oh man. What about Harmony? I feel like I should port that instead. Yeah. Let's port. Oh man. Do we port it or do I just go and make a video game? I feel like we just go make the video game now. I feel like I'm lost. I'm genuinely at a loss. I cannot believe. And these guys are going the same way. These guys are going exactly the same way. These stocks were like 600,000 5 minutes ago. They're 388,000 now. So if I let these drop right up until the last second, I buy out these stocks, I then get all of this, one of which is still selling. Oh no. It's so bad. Okay. Right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make a game. Is what we're gonna do. We're gonna stay on target. We're gonna make a game. It's gonna be an RPG. And I messed around a little bit earlier I saw this as for some reason my brain saw this as Untold Santa Claus, and now that's completely thrown me through a loop because I was gonna make a game called Dungeons because we're here in 1985. Dungeons feels like the title of like a really old school RPG, but now I'm suddenly wanting to make Untold Santa Claus. And it's like that one movie, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. It's that, but it's Santa, right? Like it's like there was a movie called Dracula Untold that came out like 15 years ago. It's that plus Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter plus Santa. I might sit on that one. That I feel like that deserves to be a bigger game. I feel like that deserves to be an adventure game. We're gonna make an RPG called Dungeons. Man, I don't know if I should be pleased with how my brain works, but sure. We'll do I have anything in here? No. So we didn't inherit a framework. That's fine. We're gonna do the narration engine. I think that's fine. Kind of like the creation engine, but the narration engine, I think that's fine. We are going to go over here, and I guess we'll use Image Palette. We could use either of these. Image Palette Pro 3 is considered better, so we'll use it instead. We can use Nerdrosoft Harmony, which hasn't been reviewed yet. That's okay. And in terms of active users for operating systems, let's do these 3. I'm going to really crank up my development time if I do this, but we'll do those 3. That'll be fine. And then in here, we have one ZombieCraft Enigma 2, which has sold very well. Good Lord. It really went for story. Everything else is kind of leaning towards graphics. So if we analyze the market, it suggests going for story. So if we do dialogue trees and a branching story, I mean, that's probably about enough, right? That puts us way up there. Fair enough. Do I want to balance it that way? I've got no idea. I really don't know. That's a suggested target. So if I was to do like, I don't know, a customizable character as well, that's going to be about 2 years. I really don't want to do that. Recorded dialogue is again approximately 2 years. If we auto balance this now, we're just all in on story with minimal gameplay. It recommends 5 designers, 5 programmers, 4 artists. We don't really have that. If I take out the dialogue, it kind of brings it down in line with what we have, but we lose so much of that story. I think we target here is what I think we do. We have 90% expected interest. It's about 2 years to do it. But my thinking here is we're making something called it's 70. It's going to be $67. It's what it's going to be. My thinking with this. So when I went through the random name generation in this game, eventually it gave me something like Echo Apocalypse, House Legacy, MineQuest in Space. That sounds amazing, actually. But one of them that it gave me was something like Dungeon Cataclysm or Dungeons Cataclysm. And that got me thinking that we make dungeons. And then if we make an expansion, it's Dungeons Cataclysm, Dungeons Apocalypse. It's stuff like that. Or we make sequels. Maybe they're not numbered. You know, or they are numbered, but it's like, you know, Dungeons is the first game. Then Dungeons 2, Cataclysm. Dungeons 3, Apocalypse. Dungeons 4, blah, 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 blah. Dungeons 5, Stabby Face. Stuff like I think that's kind of my idea for the Dungeons franchise, if it works out. This feels like a gamble, but I want to try this. This feels like applying what was suggested in the comments with like finding an angle that the audience might be interested in and just seeing how it goes. So in terms of publishing, this is the different part of this. We have enough money to fund this ourselves, so we don't need to go for funding. We have enough money to order copies ourselves. We just need marketing. Now, here's the problem. We could go for Taunt integrated, but they want operating system exclusivity. They do give us a good amount of time, and they don't want a lot of money. But they are not really recognized in the market where Trafleap Digital happen to be. So they are going to take 25.7% of whatever we earn, but they are going to be the publisher. Now, this taking, I think they're giving us, about 2.5 years to make Dungeons. I think I'm okay with this. I think this is what we do. Hopefully it works. Here's hoping. We don't have enough designers necessarily. We don't have enough artists, so we might have to expand Nerdrosoft a little bit, but we will see what happens. What I'm very curious about is to see if Harmony is harmonious in its reception by the general public. I have my doubts. It seemed pretty mid, to be honest with you, but we'll see how it goes. 0 active users becomes 684. 684. Could be worse. could be worse. So sure, we'll take that. Looking at you still have unavoidable marketing. You're definitely falling off a little bit. You have less in stock, so let's order another 10,000 copies just to make sure that there are copies in stock. I realize Canvas Pro is not with a publisher anymore. Do I want to change that? We're not going to do printing, but we could do marketing. We have these guys, and we do have that relationship with them. They are only slightly less recognized in that market when compared to everybody else, when compared to these guys, really. So, sure? Or do we just, maybe we just let Canvas sort of fizzle out. It's been over 2 years since it came out. I don't think it's going to have a huge resurgence. I think we just let it fizzle out. And I think we just focus on getting dungeons out the door. And I think we also focus on the fact that these guys are potentially up for grabs. They've got what, $586,000 left? First off, I could poach their lead designer. You're very good at operating systems. You're very good at antivirus. I would like to see your portfolio. What have you done? What profits are we looking at here? That's pretty good. That is pretty good. I don't hate it. I don't think we're going to do an operating system, to be honest, not anytime soon, but we could do antivirus. I also don't know that we need to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy out these stocks. $146,000 is a lot of money, but I don't want a chance missing that company going out of business. So we're going to take over their IPs as well. And then what we can hopefully do, if needs be, is trade those IPs. So Image Palette Pro 3, I think we're going to hold on to because we are using it in dungeons. But everything else, I think we can just sort of, if and when we get a hold of those intellectual properties, I think we sell them if people are interested and we hope for the best. I'm also thinking that what we can do with something like dungeons is kind of accept the fact that we do probably want another programmer, we do want another artist, and we can probably look at, in the narrative of the world that we're in here with Nerdrosoft, I think the next step for this company is that they do buy the house. I think we buy the house before we go to the apartment building, and I think we expand the core team. We can move the support team to be a day. Actually, no, the support team will be night shift because we have a bunch of night owls in there. So yeah, the support team's going to stay where they are. That's actually not going to be changing. What we can do is look at updating hold on a minute. We need to update Canvas Pro is what we need to do. Because it needs to go to 1984 tech levels right there so that we can use it in the update for Harmony. We'll also update Image Palette Pro 3 because we might as well get both of those sorted out. But I think that's the idea. I think what we do, and I think that's the angle, is we have Nerdrosoft buy the house. We move the core team into one of the other rooms. We hire another couple of people to try and get dungeons sorted out. We might, oh my God, we did. We did just get 8 products. Amazing. Oh my God. Okay. Looking at releases then. This guy. Oh wow, that really didn't make much money at all. That's a little bit embarrassing. Okay. This one did. That's good. It also has like none in stock. So we're going to order 10,000 copies of you and see if you sell is what we're going to do. We can order. Do I want to order 10,000 copies of you? I guess we will. We kind of have the money. That'll be fine. Does anyone want to buy that IP? No. Does anyone want Crime Stopper 3? No. Okay. I might be stuck with these, which is slightly problematic, but we'll see what happens. We also have some archived ones from way back in 1970, which is kind of cool that we have some franchises now that, you know, predate the company. That's kind of neat. I like that a lot. I love this as a method of making money. It's so stupid. It also doesn't look like any other companies on the brink of going out. Although these guys don't have a lot in the bank. They do, but compared to their worth, they kind of don't have a lot in the bank. You know, I will say it does make me really happy looking at my sales and just seeing money. It does. It makes me really happy. We're also getting money from licenses because of the number of people using Image Palette Pro 2. So that's kind of huge. We're getting residuals from the company that we managed to acquire the assets from. That's great. Distribution, we are still giving a ridiculous amount of money to physical stores. I don't love that. Royalties are still being paid on Harmony and Canvas Pro and even Image Palette Pro 3, because I'm assuming we're using parts in there that don't belong to us. But that's okay. I'm actually kind of excited to see if we can start working on a couple of things at one time. Like I said, I think the next step is going to be to purchase the house, which we'll do in the next episode. Because honestly, I want to say that we've made some progress today. I don't know if it's good progress. I don't love that Harmony has not been successful. That doesn't make me happy. And I don't love that our next release is about 2 and a bit years away. But we have made money. It's not money that I'm proud of, but it's money. So yeah. Let me know what you think in the comments about my money-making scheme here. It feels wrong. It's worked, but it feels wrong. Anyway, that is going to do us for today. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. This has been an absolute pleasure as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.